Here we go, Kristen.
All right. So we are going to go over all of this month per Deshaun is all about Gmail, G Suite, and all the tools that it has available for us to use, included within our Gmail itself. I am going to go over very briefly just some tips and best practices of Gmail itself. Who is actively using features in the Gmail aside from just email? Anybody? No, I see a yes, maybe. No. Okay. So we'll go into a couple best practices that I use, and I tried to keep it pretty basic, and then that way you guys can interject me, ask any questions, and if I don't know the exact answer, we can always get those to Deshaun, and we will go from there. All right, and I can't see you once I go to my other screen, so just unmute yourself and interrupt me so I can see you. All right. So basically, let me ask, is anybody using their Gmail in Outlook? Or is everybody using the web-based Gmail?
No, I use mine in Outlook, Kristen.
Okay. So this obviously, Bernard, is going to be a little different for you. This is all based on web-based Gmail. So you may want to use it too. You have something, Melissa?
Not me.
Okay. All right. So when logging into your Gmail, this is your general basic screen that you're going to log into. We are going to focus on our labels section first. Does anybody use labels yet? Yes. Okay. Somebody have no idea what they are, what they're used for? Yes, no, maybe. Okay. So basically labels are really, really big, especially for us when we have, loans, leads, different categories that we want to categorize things into. So that way we can actually see what is available, what features are available. If we want to easily access a loan, it'll color code them, and things of that nature. So basically, to create a label within the Gmail interface itself, web-based, you're going to go into the left side screen of your Gmail account and you'll see the labels button. There's a little plus sign. It's going to pop out into this new label section. And then you're going to go so I was just labeling mine based on the class that we're in today. So I did CMS tips class, and then you can actually nest them under labels itself. So like my leads label does not have a nest, but my LOA label then does have nests underneath. So for each of my LOs, it has a LO tab under my LOA tabs. So this way I can keep everything organized, and generally once an email, it doesn't necessarily archive it, but it just goes from unread to read. So once I go into, I'm going to replay this in a second. So once you go into the actual labels itself, you can go in here and color code everything. So this video just basically, it's a quick shot of how you actually color code them. And then I'll actually show you how it pops up in your email itself. Just play it one more time. Pretty simple. It's always good to color code. I color code everything, even my notes in my notebook. And then you'll see it pops us out into our email itself. So this one I labeled. So if you put your labels in the brackets, it actually pops them to the front of your labels, and they're not alphabetized. And then that way they're easily accessible. So otherwise my loans would all be below my licenses, based on alphabetizing them. So for me, it's just easier. My top ones I tier that I need access to all the time, I just put them in brackets. So once it's popped out, it'll pop down into your email. And once you label it, every email that I have labeled Vanderwerf Parliament is now color coded. And every time it pops up, it's going to pop up in this feed. I will already know, for me, I know they're going to be blue if they're LOA. If they are personal loans, they're going to be turquoise. And then that way I know if I see it quickly, I can go ahead and just knock it out, read it. It's important. Anybody have questions on labels itself? It's pretty straightforward. Some people just don't know how to use it. So undo send. Has anybody used this feature before? No? Did you know that Gmail had this feature? No. Okay. So personally, it has saved me several times. If you go into an email, and I put a little video up so we can watch it, but basically, if you go into your settings and then you go to see all settings, you're going to go into the undo send button, and you are going to send cancellation period. I think it's a 10, 20, and 30-second breakout that you can adjust to. I always do 30 seconds. That way it'll literally sit in your bottom left corner of your screen for 30 seconds, and you have the feature to undo send, and it'll pop back up into your screen and you can edit it. I don't know how many times I've sent an email and included the wrong borrower's first name, and I'm like, oh crap, I hit send already. I need to revert that. And you can literally retract it within 30 seconds. It pops back up into your feed. It delays the send, and you can edit it and you can resend it. So it's definitely a great feature. So this is just a little video. See how it pops back up, edit it, and then you just resend it when you're done. So just play it one more time. I undid it pretty quickly because I was there, but it'll sit for 30 seconds. If you set it shorter, it'll be there for a shorter period of time. So just how long you set the duration for. Schedule send. Did anybody know this feature was in Gmail? Has anybody used it? So Gmail has the set reminders that you can use. So you can do the set reminder where, if you read an email and you want a reminder, let's say the next morning, you can set it for that. And then once you read the email, it'll go back into your inbox and it'll populate again in the morning as a reminder. The schedule send feature is once you go into your email draft, we're going to start this over. You will set basically the entire email up how you want it. Recipient, subject, body of the email. You're going to click the little arrow and hit schedule send. And then it's going to pop out exactly what time frame you want to send it. It'll send basically optimized time in 3 brackets, normally morning, afternoon, and evening. Hold on one second. So you'll have the optimal timing to get that in. And then once you select the timing itself, it'll pop into your inbox as a schedule send for the morning. So it's good if you need to send a reminder to a client first thing in the morning, that you can get that sent out. And that way, if you're thinking about it at 2 a.m. and you want it sent at 9 a.m. when they get to their desk, you can just schedule it. So it's a really good feature. All right. Templates. Has anybody used templates since Deshawn introduced them to us in 2020 when we signed up for Gmail? Anybody? Kim, are you my liver? Oh, Erin, good job.
I've got a couple set up.
So I use it specifically for like easy emails, if I know, your pre-qual email, your like your loan updates, obviously Arrive will send them out too, but some personalized ones I always send is your closing disclosure, your loan estimate, things of that nature. It's just good to have the template set up, and you can always edit them, but it just depends. So I am going to show you guys how to set those up. And let's see. So you're going to go in here to your message portal itself. You'll go in like you're just creating a new email. You're going to go into the little 3 dots and collect your templates itself. You'll go ahead and label the template. And then once you actually go in and draft it and upload it into your draft. Once you go in to create a new template, you just click that again and it's saved directly in there, so that literally, it's already pre-templated. You can always add more. It's really good to have like your baseline in there, and then you can change, like I put in like borrower name in bold, so I know to change the borrower name, or who your processor is. I always send an assigned processor email to the agent and to the client, so then that way they know exactly, who that's going to be, and it's already templated. All I have to do is send out exactly who the processor is, and then there we go. Does anybody have questions about templates?
Just one thing on templates, make sure that you keep the draft in your draft folders.
Yes, don't delete it.
Don't delete it, because after
Good call, Emily.
a year, it deletes itself, and you'll go to pull it up one day and all your templates are gone.
Yes.
But if you leave it in your draft, it will stay there forever and ever.
Yes, it will. So just don't touch your drafts. All right. Any other questions for templates? This is just it showing me drafting it again. And then it just saves it. I will also get Karina to send this out too. It's basically the how-to. This is what Deshaun sent to us, and the only reason why I knew it was 2020 is because I pulled up the document itself back from when he sent it, when we got set up with Google. So it just basically is the step-by-step. It's pretty straightforward, and I mean, if you Google it, it's on YouTube, it's on TikTok, it's on wherever you can find it, but it's fairly simple. And if you need help, I don't mind just assisting as well. So we'll end with why Gmail. So Gmail is easy to use. Personally, I think it's one of the easier email systems. I am not a very big fan of Outlook. I just think it's very outdated as far as just features and things of that nature. I'm just a Gmail fan myself. I came from AOL to Gmail, so it was kind of a big change. Gmail is very secure, so it's one of the higher secured emails. So it's good for our business that obviously we're in a secured space. They do offer storage. You can add additional storage, and Deshaun's going to go into like these more features like in depth, but this is kind of like a very high level review. Synchronization, you can add multiple devices to your Gmail. You can add multiple emails to your Gmail interface itself. Labels and filters, obviously we went over those in depth today, but it makes it so much easier to find those emails from those agents that we need to CYA ourselves and make sure we still have. And integration, you can integrate, into Google Calendar, Google Drive, Calendly. It just makes our job easier, and why Karina and Deshaun have had us using Gmail for a long period of time now. So that's pretty much it. All I have to go over today. We were just going to keep it very simple. Does anybody have any questions about templates, labels, any Gmail specific questions, any questions?
Did you go
just
over
in
the
general?
snooze button?
I went over like the reminder snooze button, and I did go over the schedule send button.
Awesome.
Yes,
I love
ma'am.
snooze.
Yes,
'Cause
it
I'm
honestly is the
forgetful.
best feature.
I'm forgetful and forget to go back to do things. So if I snooze it to come back first thing in the morning, then my cell phone starts going off like at 6 a.m.
Yes. Yeah, the snooze feature is definitely, I snooze Emily a lot, like when she sends her LOA or when she sends her pre-underwrite list. Normally I like to go, like I'll read it and then I like to go through it at a later time and kind of dissect it and send to the borrower kind of what to expect. So it's a really good feature. Any other questions? Anybody using any of the features and find success in them? No? Okay. Nobody has any other questions aside from Google that I can help with? No? All right.